Ordinary people can't see stands at all. So what exactly did the citizens of Cairo go through during DIO's final battle? The old anime gives us the answer. It starts with a sudden explosion in a residential area, mistaken for a terrorist attack. Then, right in the city center, a major car crash happens, and traffic across the city instantly collapses. When bystanders see Joseph collapsed on the ground, and buildings around him randomly blown apart, everyone bolts for their lives. Meanwhile, Jotaro and DIO's showdown has reached its climax. Facing DIO's provocation, Jotaro no longer holds back his anger. Star Platinum explodes into a full-force flurry of punches. DIO, of course, refuses to back down. They go head-to-head in a classic stand-to-stand clash. When it seems like their punches are evenly matched, DIO activates the world's time stop. Everything freezes in an instant. In his eyes, Star Platinum is just a useless human, without any special abilities, someone he could crush with a single punch. So the world strikes suddenly, aiming two fatal punches at Jotaro. DIO confidently turns, thinking a century-long grudge is finally over. But in the next moment, Jotaro miraculously stands up. Not only does DIO freeze in shock, even Jotaro himself can't quite process what just happened. To finish him for good, DIO stops time again. This time, he finally realizes why his attack isn't killing Jotaro. Star Platinum can actively defend itself during a time stop, and even counterattack. A punch with that level strength smashes the world's arm on the spot, sending DIO flying like a cannonball. Jotaro, back in action, stares at the scene in disbelief. But even this attack is no threat to DIO. His wounds instantly heal. He comes to a conclusion. The world and Star Platinum are the same kind of stand. Since close combat can't win in time stop, DIO switches tactics. He pulls dozens of throwing knives from his pockets, wanting Jotaro to feel the same pain Joseph did. Jotaro tries to escape, but DIO freezes him midair. Knives fly from all directions, and no matter how fast Jotaro is, he can't block everything at once. Star Platinum can move in frozen time, but only for a brief instant. After the time stop, careful DIO lands a finishing blow, precisely hitting Jotaro's head. Thanks to Star Platinum, Jotaro lands safely. He's grateful that luck is on his side. The wooden plank meant to stabilize a fracture ends up acting as a life-saving shield. Jotaro immediately decides to play dead, luring DIO closer. Once DIO is within range, Star Platinum can seize the chance to crush his head, but DIO is extremely cautious. He doesn't move in recklessly. He checks Jotaro for breathing and even presses his ear to the ground to hear a heartbeat. A 100-year-old man acting rock solid as expected, but DIO never imagined that. To trick him, Jotaro would stop his own heart. It's a dangerous move. If he stays still too long, fake death could become real. Just as his consciousness is about to fade, Polnareff suddenly appears, striking DIO's head at lightning speed. Unlike the new version, Jotaro immediately restarts his heartbeat, then coordinates perfectly with Polnareff, blasting DIO's head apart for good. In this episode, the scene where Jotaro tests DIO with a magnet was cut, replaced by him directly awakening his time stop, making the pacing tighter. The tool used to block knives was changed from a magazine to a wooden plank, which makes more sense. Back in the 90s, time stop effects were all hand-drawn, so the anime used storyboards, lighting, and sound effects to create an intense feeling of frozen time. It's a unique charm of traditional animation. One scene showing DIO flipping through the Quran sparked protests from Islamic groups in Egypt, leading to the anime being pulled or recalled in some regions. It became one of the bigger controversies in JoJo anime history.